All right, well, snowstorm's coming in, and in Michigan, we got the Mohawk winter hat here. Anyway, the snow map looks like it's holding strong still. I do think a lot of the areas in the orange really do have the potential to exceed 24 inches of snow in some areas. And then there's still that little area of uncertainty because we are going to have a little bit of warmth hanging out right around the straits into Drummond Island, some freezing rain possible there. That can all cause variations in the snow total, so I'm still watching that. And then west side of Michigan, of course, west side of the lower peninsula at least, will have the lake effect kick in. But yeah, almost everywhere in the UP can expect at least a foot of snow. And keep in mind, this is a very rapidly strengthening storm system. It's undergoing what we call bombogenesis, which is a real term. It's been around for decades, but that's when the low pressure drops 24 millibars in 24 hours, which is a rapidly intensifying storm system, means moisture, extreme temperature variations. We'll be near 60 to the south with severe weather chances, while up in the UP we'll go down into the single digits with some extreme wind chills up there as well. And then we're talking the winds gusting 60 to 65 miles per hour and just a very, very strong storm system. So again, blizzard conditions up into the UP, impossible travel, and then dangerous cold into the day on Monday. I also want to point out the possibility for some freezing rain, which will be right around the straits into the southeastern UP, Drummond Island. Some areas could have between a tenth and a quarter of an inch there. So if that's on the Mackinac Bridge and the winds are coming by and ice is falling down, the bridge realistically could be closed down again. All right, so here's what things look like as of about 2 o'clock. We have very heavy rain, some thunderstorms possible across the lower peninsula. There is a severe weather threat between 3 o'clock and about 9 o'clock along and south of I-94. Even the possibility for an isolated tornado exists down there. So if you're in cities Kalamazoo, Coldwater, Adrian, Jackson, south parts of Downriver, and to Monroe County, you have a small possibility for those severe storms to come on through between about 3 and 9 p.m. So here's a look at 3 o'clock. Now, lots going on here. Thunderstorms to the south, a little bit of freezing rain around Gaylord, freezing rain in the UP, and snow transitioning over in the western UP. This is 6 o'clock. Extremely heavy snow across the western upper peninsula. Blizzard conditions are going to set in rapidly, so you need to be where you're going to stay and ride this thing out pretty shortly here throughout your Sunday. This is 7 p.m. We have a little bit of lingering rain to the south. Hot mess across the UP, to be honest. You have heavy snow to a wintry mix and freezing rain to the east. And look at that freezing rain hang out around Drummond Island and the Straits of Mackinac, even into about 10 p.m. This is going to cause that possibility for, some icing. And then with the winds whipping around, even if we get a tenth to a quarter of an inch, 60 mile per hour wind gusts are going to move that around and some tree limbs could absolutely come down. And power outages could be lengthy because it's going to have issues for the power company to get out there and fix it while this is still going on. This is 11 p.m., a lot of snow across the upper peninsula, and then it starts to enter the lower peninsula overnight. We'll have a lot of lake enhancement with this coming down. Very, very strong winds. The peak of the wind gust could be right here. This is 9 o'clock in the morning on Monday. A lot of folks looking for 60, 65 mile per hour gusts along the lakeshore, 55 to 60 mile per hour gusts inland with the snow coming down. And then even if the snow stops, you're going to have ground blizzards blowing it around because by now it's a more fluffy snow coming down. So it's going to be blowing like crazy. Wind chills, single digits below zero to above zero. By 11 a.m., we still have snow coming down, and then it finally starts to wrap up into the afternoon. But look at it being stubborn and holding on around areas like Kalkaska, Mansalona, Traverse City, Grayling, Gaylord. Lake effect can be very narrow, but there's a lot going on with the system. Severe weather, high winds, blizzard, icing, we have it all to talk about coming down in Michigan. I will provide a lot more updates coming to you throughout the whole duration of this. It's going to be busy, but I got you. So make sure you follow along and like and share all this post.